other. Don Calloway is here. And speaking of Africa, chess prodigy, who I was watching on a 60 Minutes piece, I think it was last year, Tanatolua Adewome, he and his family fled Nigeria in 2017 under attack by the Boko Haram. They have been officially granted asylum in the United States. Yes, good. It took a 60 Minutes piece, I guess. He's now 12. He was 8 years old. He defeated 73 of the best chess players in his age group, and he won his division in a state championship. In 2019, the family told CBS News that they were living in a homeless shelter while trying to support his goals, and they took you into these places. And you think about somebody that's such a brilliant prodigy. He became the 28th youngest chess player to become a national master, grandmaster. And, you know, we love our grandmasters. Maurice Ashley from Brooklyn's own is the homie. He's the family. We've been talking with him. We need to bring him back, as a matter of fact. But this young man, Tani is his nickname. He has become an international chess master, living in a homeless shelter. But now he is a U.S. citizen. His family. The next goal is for him to get citizenship. He's got asylum. So good. Awesome. And I'm sure that's a Biden administration. I don't think that could happen under Trump. I'm just gonna say it out loud, y'all. I'm just gonna say it out loud. Don Calloway.
Yeah, God bless him. That young brother's probably gonna end up spending a lot of time in St. Louis, God's country, where the World Chess Hall of Fame and headquarters is. As a billionaire named Rex Sinkfield, who has done some extraordinarily disastrous things politically in terms of funding the building of this right-wing empire that we're starting to see take over, not only in the state, but federally. But he's a chess freak, and he built the World Chess Hall of Fame and has really built St. Louis into like the national and eventually global spot for like top tier chess. It's crazy. It's St. Louis is becoming for chess what Rucker Park is for basketball. And it's nuts to watch Maurice Ashley like walk down the streets of like my old bars. And it's like, and I'm sitting around with the homies. And so I'm like, yo, y'all don't know that's Maurice Ashley. And they're like, yo, he's just, I'm like, no, y'all don't get it. But you're starting to see like a lot of dudes named like Milos walking around St. Louis, and you kind of know that, okay, this is really something. They have really built a chess ecosystem. And so I welcome my good young Nigerian brother to God's country. I'm sure I'm going to see you in the loo. That's very exciting. But lastly, it shows you that genius is everywhere. Opportunity is not. And I'm glad that this brother's genius was able to meet with opportunity.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's like the Queen of Katwa, which I think stars David Oyelowo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Another one of those, you know, epic Hollywood, you know, pictures. And I think Lupita's in that too, Lupita Nyong'o. Just there's so much though. You think about the extraction of all of the goodness that built Portugal, Spain, Great Britain, America, United States of America, and beyond. Think about all of that. But left behind is also great brilliance, you know. And once we can get rid of white Santa Claus and white Jesus, I think there's hope. Yeah, Nigeria is starting though. Nigeria is setting the tone because they're already like no more advertising with Europeans on there. We're going to advertise with Nigerians. And that's the national edict. There's also the national edict there to toss away English as the language du jour, and all of the tribal languages will also be taught in schools, which is important because to learn in your language of comfort, you know, as you bridge into, you know, you got to know all of the things, but to learn through understanding and not be forced into this thing where you're made to think you're stupid because you haven't mastered this, as if this is the pinnacle of everything. I love it. I love it. I love what's happening in the world. Yes. Michael Jordan, new trophy, the new MVP trophy is fashioned after Michael Jordan. Did you see this?
Wow. I hadn't seen that yet. That's interesting. I did know that the league was looking for a way to honor Mike. I mean, I think you probably already got there with the notion of number 23 being retired league-wide, but it's not like a Jackie Robinson thing. People can still wear 23, obviously, most notably LeBron James and a lot of other guys. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, I don't love it. To me, Mike has never transcended sports, obviously, other than commercial impact, right? And I'd love to see Mike continue to operationalize his philanthropy. He's doing some amazing things with North Carolina rurally qualified federal health centers. But I just think Mike can do a lot more in terms of leaving a philanthropic and charitable legacy. I hate to be a downer, but
No,
that's the thing.
I'm just gonna pause you. We all know we don't go to Mike for political support or and I'm not gonna say he's done nothing in the community, blah blah blah. I'm gonna say as basketball, Mike is the GOAT. He is the greatest of all time. He is he made basketball, NBA basketball global. LeBron, Kobe, everybody stands on his shoulders. He broke open not just the endorsement lane for all of these young people to come, but also showed the potential in terms of like not just making money, but just being a superstar in your visage and how you roll in the world. I don't go to him for my politics, though. I'm not going to go to him for my, community, but I'm going to say he's the greatest of all time as far as basketball, and basketball should honor him in basketball.
That's fair. I don't go to Mike for my politics either, but Mike is a Black billionaire, and I would have liked to see more from Black billionaires for legacy and capacity building for Black people. I don't care if Mike ever says anything politically, right? But I can see the fruit of LeBron's philanthropic labors in a way that I've never seen those from Mike.
Yes, which is why forever I'll follow LeBron James to the ends of the world and his sensibilities. But again, Mike was raised in the 80s where greed was good. Gordon Gekko was our, Reagan was our father. And so, for him and a host of others, look, they had a chance to break the back of the NBA. Mike, Pat Ewing, all in it, because they had the power. And they did not do it. They served their masters and they calmed the maroons that were cropping up. And they, to me, stunted maybe 10 years of financial growth that now there's no putting the genie back in the bottle. These brothers are like, give me run me my 300 million, run me my 200 million. And I'm going to go off and do all of these other things. And the NBA right now is controlled by the men that are on the court. And there's no question about that. They run that thing, Kyrie Irving notwithstanding. But still, he could put free on his sneakers because he still has enough money to be free, even with that 6-point plan that they gave him.
You are seeing a remarkable generation of athletes who have mega wealth, ultra wealth, and will have opportunities to legacy build so that LeBron won't be the only one. I do minor pushback. The problem with Mike, Chuck, Barkley, Ewing, that generation, is that they didn't push for enough ownership in BRI, basketball related income. And if they had done that, then the floor for player equity in the league would be much higher than it is now. So you do see salaries go up. Yeah. You do see salaries go up because they're a function of media deals and such. And that's a great thing. We are creating individual millionaires, but those salaries on the low end could be even higher if we had got the right amount of BRI percentage going to players. And that's an ongoing thing. The players union still has not extracted that to the degree they should, even though they do awesome things for the world.
Now, Don, it took you going to Missouri and being called the N-word and then heading over to find, and I'm sure your household, there was a lot of cultivation of sense of self and power, because you walk in the world, you got a lot of confidence, Don Calloway, that it feels generational, right? But for somebody like Mike growing up in North Carolina, and those of you with Southern parents and grandparents, you know what I'm talking about. There is a helplessness built in. And just I just want to get along, put my head down, don't cause no trouble. I mean, the reality is Martin Luther King died with a 68% disapproval rating in the Black community because Black people were so afraid that he was causing problems, and he was causing problems. Yeah. He was causing good trouble, but it was trouble all the same. He was making it really hard because white people were quick on that uppity Black person thing. So Mike was raised in that genre of like, okay, now I got a little something, and you see it a little bit with the show that everyone hates, the people who are in the industry, with Magic Johnson. There's that country. Yeah. It's like, so I'm gonna go for, and I'm getting all of this coochie now and money, and I'm just, community, and so I'm gonna leave space and grace for the 400 years of indoctrination being really effective. Right. Those of us who never, let's be grateful that, you feel the way you feel. But no, the majority of people were like Mike Jordan.
Oh, but it took me a long time to get here. It took me a long time of unlearning and getting free. And you're right. It took me being a product of my generation. And that was a gift that a lot of people didn't have. And even now, if I sound confident, that means I'm talking myself into sounding confident, because, my primary disputes with my parents and people who love me are with people who are like, hey man, just sit down somewhere. You got kids. Like, you got it. That's not the way. I think you and I share this in common. That's not the way we were wired, right? We have a generational opportunity to do something for our people, such that our own needs will be met and our dreams will be achieved. And I think I have enough faith that that's possible. But you're right. We cannot isolate or talk down or crazy upon those who have taken the safe route, because the safe route is often what we were offered as Black people for so long in this country, and even still today, right?
Man, the pick me Negro syndrome is in full effect anytime there's an uprising. Oh, let's pick one. Here's some money. You go calm the rest of them down. And it has been effective for generations. But, talking with Dawn Lewis and Victoria Rao, who's had her own, battles out there in the streets, which is why she evoked the name of Byron Allen. I understand lifting him up because he does look like a hero, but he, by and large, it was for him that he did that, not for us. And, all of the griots in the world is not going to undo. And good. Keep, if this conversation is irritating you into proving me wrong, keep going, because my goal is freedom for all. So let's go. But at the end of the day, we have work to do, but we can do it. But we also have to hold one another accountable. So that's the other job. Do you want to talk about TJ Holmes, or should I save that until tomorrow? It's 5 minutes left. You want to talk about TJ?
Here's the thing. I have no comment on his moral failings and or behaviors, but for this. My comments are limited to this notion that the day after the story broke, and he and the young lady were back on the air, they didn't remove them that immediate day. And I saw a couple of clips that I know were from that day in which TJ gave a couple wink and nods and like allusions, ALLUSIONS, to what had taken place the day before. And I thought, oh, that's funny, that's player, that's cute. It actually wasn't cute, because I have never seen a Black man be that comfortable working for a large white company.
Disney.
Participate in a flagship property, participating in an event of that type between two people. One of them is, as you say, non-melanated, dealing with a white woman. Here's the thing. And they talk about, her being back, but he's not, because there were multiple office liaisons for him. Again, I have no comment or discussion on the moral implications of that, but I will say, for me and all of my brothers out there, and the sisters too, but especially brothers, I have never seen a Black man get that comfortable and survive. And my disappointment with TJ Holmes, who is from Arkansas, and we got some mutual friends, and by all accounts, he's a real brother. Brother, you know better. To have gotten where got in life.
Does he? Because he no, he doesn't.
Well,
I'm gonna tell you why he doesn't.
It's like in the fall, you got knew or should have known. For a Black man to have reached the heights where he did, I cannot imagine a Black man being that comfortable to not only do it, but lightweight rub it in their face with a sarcastic wink and nod. You will be reminded, and justice will be swift. And that's my thing.
Right. Well, I'm gonna say he didn't know. Just like, there's people that have been cute their whole lives and they get away with everything because they're cute, and people go, "Oh, you're cute. Oh, that cute. That's cute. That person's so cute." He's been that cute person, and he's so affable and charming because he's a homie as well. We were rocking with him, did a podcast for a year. I think he still has my machine, but that's neither here nor there. That said, he's somebody that could get away with stuff. and especially with women, because he's so mother freaking charming and sweet, and he's a nice human being. He's got all of the things, the facial things and the body thing that I feel like he's very attractive. But I think you can get away with stuff when you get away with stuff. Like so he's never effed around and found out. He's been effing around and never found out. This is the time he found it. He found out. That's what happened.
Yeah, but even the smartest, the most credentialed, the most handsome, the most charismatic black man is still a black man in this country, in this American empire.
I know.
And yeah.
And this ain't his first rodeo. So why would he think? And this ain't, Amy wasn't his first at the place, which is why this is how they're getting out of it, because they're like, he's had multiple affairs and this is her first time. So she's got the one, he's got like the 3 strikes and you're out rule, which is why she's coming back and he's not. But I'm calling BS on all of it, because I think, to your point, he had the audacity to wink and make a joke of it. And now
they will never, even if you get away with some crazy stuff, they will never let you rub their face in it. TJ Holmes, don't do that, right? And so, no, hey man, get your ass somewhere and sit down and take that hard fought Pyrrhic victory. Like, you got beat up. Even if you kept that job, you got beat up because your household is messed up. Your
everybody know
in the eyes of you took some hits. And so even if it was a win, it was a Pyrrhic victory, get somewhere and sit down and be humble, right? And don't you ever, as a black man, get too comfortable in this country, particularly when dealing with these for-profit white-owned institutions.
You done said a word. Somebody need to put that on a plaque somewhere. Don Calloway, you never disappoint. I was going to ask you about Tyler Perry. He's set to write, direct. No,
I love Tyler Perry.
Wait, hold on. Here's the story. It's a World War II story, epic story centered on Black women. 855 women who joined the war effort in this all Black, all women battalion during World War II. Do we trust Tyler Perry with this story? That's all. I'm just gonna leave it there. Don't lie. Don't lie on these airwaves. I'm about to say we do. On that note, Foolishness Friday is tomorrow. Let me thank Don Calloway so much for coming in. I appreciate you and your beard. The beard looks nice, by the way. Sexy. Don trying to get his sexy on for the new year. I see you, bro. I see you. All right.
Hey, man.
Yes, be humble, Don. Sit there, don't wink at people, don't rub it in the face. All right, Don Calloway. Thank you. Y'all can follow him at DCSTL on the Twitters. And let me thank the team. Thank you, Smizzy. Appreciate you.